So this graph is looking at the aggregate demand, aggregate supply model in a recessionary gap. We can tell it's a recessionary gap because we see where potential output hits the horizontal axis, and we find that our actual output is less than potential. So we are in a recession. And so the way we draw that is we have the long run aggregate supply curve, which tells us what the potential output would be if we were at full employment. We find where the intersection of short run aggregate supply and aggregate demand is. When that output is less than the potential, we're in a recessionary gap. Then there are essentially two ways to resolve the gap and get us back to full employment. One is to have government intervention. That's either fiscal or monetary policies like decreasing taxes and increasing spending, which would cause aggregate demand to shift to the right, or maybe it's monetary policy like lowering interest rates that would also cause aggregate demand to shift to the right and get us at a slightly higher price level, but back to full employment. The other way is to just leave it alone and let the economy manage itself, in which case what would happen is with unemployment, there would be downward pressure on wages. There would be a lot of people looking for work, not enough jobs to go around. That gives a certain degree of leverage to the employer. And so we would see wages drop. And because of the drop in wages, that decreases the cost of doing business. And that causes the short run aggregate supply curve to shift to the right, increasing output and putting us at a lower price level. So you can either follow fiscal monetary policy to resolve it, or you can leave it alone and it will self-adjust. But the economy is always tending towards full employment or potential output.